Hey everyone, this is A-Hole here. It's been some time since I made a video, so I kind of felt the need and want to make a video. So I was at a dart event last weekend. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event, a really good time. And it made me think of my next video, which is this. I want to talk about where you line up in relationship to the board. And there's a few different levels to it that I want to get into. Because at Gettysburg, I seen people lining up all over the board. That some of them didn't really make sense to me, and I just kept to myself at that point. Because at those bigger events, I don't really like to mention anything to anybody and make them overthink and stuff. Now, if it was a league night or a luck, I might pull them to the side at the end of the evening. But for the most part, I was just spectating and watching people. So I'm going to speak on me. I used to have so many different stances. I used to stand with my foot to the side. I used to stand straight toe. And now I'm like a 30-degree angle. It's whatever's comfortable for you. A really prominent player in this country made a video about 3 or 6 months ago and made it look easy. He's like, I don't know why people line up here or there. Why not just line up in the center of the board, aim and throw? Well, a lot more goes into that, in my opinion, than lining up where you look like you're in the center of the board. So I've been doing a lot of thinking on this subject. And I'll start with this. I'm lefty, obviously. The human body on a follow-through, it's natural to go towards your chest. So when I was standing straight-toed, square shoulder facing the board, I really got on the people's nerves to the right of me at dart events, because I would line up myself, my vision, with the triple 15. So that way I could just go up straight and have the triple 18. And then everything from there, I'm going away from my chest. And being a lefty, what that does is it's more of a chance to stop you from crossing over. Now, people with a really straight throw that, don't short arm it at all, and they always pop their elbow and throw straight every time. I mean, you don't really have to really be conscious of that. But a lot of dart players, when pressure's on, fatigue, alcohol, along, a variety of other things, they'll start short arming and not following through all the way. And that's one of my big mountains that I got to get over, is to, go through all the way. But we're not going to talk about that. So recently, when I started, going like a 30-degree with my foot, not a 45, it's a little more, it's like a 30. I just turned my head and look at the board. And when I first did that, I would turn my head and look at the board and make it look like, from my perspective, that I was in the center of the board. Well, needless did I know that, I was warming up for league one time at, a bar on a G3, and, it has that little like U on the bottom, upside down U on the bottom of the pedestal. And, my partner, I'm like, tell me where my elbow's at, when I'm lined up. because I'm trying to line up where my arm is in the center of the board for everything. Now, with my years of experience, I think it's prudent that I line up with my arm in the center of the bullseye for the purpose of creating higher muscle memory. And what I mean by that is, if my arm is dead center on the 20 in the bullseye, it's just a little bit to the right on the 18 up by the 20. Well, the 17 is the same shot left and right, except it's down low. You know what I mean? And then the 19's opposite of that, the same distance left and right from the 17 and 18, the opposite way. And then if your arm's in the center of the dartboard, the triple 16 and the triple 15 are the same exact shot. So over the past month, I've been, shooting a lot with my arm in the center. And I think I'm liking the results. It's worth a shot, if you're having trouble, crossing over, or if you're good at one number, but you're not good at the other, or if you keep missing the bullseye to one side or the other, try different things, turn your foot sideways, angle it a little more, slide left and right on the line. Now, if you're a right-handed shot and you're struggling crossing over your chest, to help you get out of that, you're going to move a little bit left on the line. Although it's your perspective, you might think, whoa, I'm way to the left of the dartboard. But the thing is, you got to remember where your arm is at. It's not always your eye. The dart's leaving your arm. So a lot of depends on it, whether you stand, with your foot to the side and you turn your head, or you're like a 45 and turn your head, and then, your body's, halfway there already, or whether you stand there square shouldered and line up. Everybody's different. So if you short arm it sometimes and you can't stop, you could feel your arm crossing over your chest. If you're a lefty, move a little bit to the right on the line. If you're a righty, move a little bit to the left. I'm talking like 3 inches. Like, just like that much. Because it'll keep you away from your chest. Maybe, if you're a righty, line up your arm with the triple 16. If you're a lefty, line up your arm with the, triple 15. Just for a while to get you throwing straight, following through, and not crossing over your chest. The one thing that player I was telling you about said that line up with the center of the board, it made a lot of sense to me, but he made it sound easier than it really was. Because I'm standing here right now, I feel like I'm in the center of the board. My body, like my eyes, center of my phone. My phone's centered below my dartboard right now. But the problem is, I bring my arm up, it's clear over by the triple 16. So, like, if I want to line my arm up, my head's over here. This is my dominant eye. My arm is in the center of the board. So like, I think that there's a few things that you could do to figure out where your arm is in relationship to the dartboard. In my opinion, ultimately, you want your arm dead nuts down the center of the dartboard. Maybe not right away, slowly work to that. You could either have somebody else there and be like, okay, tell me where my elbow's at, or you could use the numbers on a throw line as long as they're accurate. What I did in my home is, I measured off the wall to the bullseye. I'm just saying, say it's 4 foot exactly off the wall to the bullseye. Then back where the throw line is, I measure the same distance off of that wall to my throw line, and I put a big piece of tape. And then once I set, I just take my head and look down and see where my elbow is in relationship to that tape. I never realized that until I watched that video that it's going to help create better muscle memory when when your arm is dead center of the dartboard. Like I said, 16 and 15 is the same throw. 19 and 17 is the same throw. 20 is pretty much the same as the bullseye, except, you just got to take your follow through up a little bit more. Obviously, you're not just going to be able to line your arm up and throw and I'm not hitting. You're going to have to put in hours of practice and try out different things and foot positions and stances, and we'll get more in depth with, your lean, your front foot, your back foot, stuff like that in future videos. But I just wanted to get this out there because I think it's really important. So at the end of this video, I just want to remind everybody of one thing. Remember, set, bring your dart back all the way through. No 3/4, no half, none of this, all the way through. You either want this or this when you're done. If you struggle doing that, leave your arm up 3 to 5 seconds once the dart's in the board. That's what I've been doing to help retrain myself to follow all the way through. As I said, one of my biggest things that I got to get over is short arming it sometimes and not popping my elbow from whatever reason, whether it be fatigue, pressure, who knows. But I'm still in the process of trying to get over that. And I feel like once I do follow through all the time, every time, I'm really going to start getting to where I want to be in this amazing game of darts. That's all I got for everybody tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for watching and also thank my sponsors for their continued support. Raptor Darts, Fusion Darts, BA Darts, and Black Hat Darts LLC. Everybody have a good weekend, and thanks for watching.